Okay, we're getting ready to weld on this gas tank here. Man, that thing's stuck in there good now. Good precision fit. So we got this thing all welded up now. So I got it brazed all the way around the joints, all the way around. They're tight. Welded the support tube to the bolt that's in there. Grounded away where it hits inside the tank up in there. On that tube right there. So ground that off a little bit. I drilled a drain hole so this tube here can drain all the way out down here. So get it brazed in multiple places. So it should be pretty good. Goes all the way through now. Can't see. Up here we angle cut it because it looked like it was hitting on top of the tank right up in here. So I had to angle cut that because it's going like that into the tank. So other than that, seems to fit in there pretty good right now. Nice tight fit. And it dropped in like it was supposed to. That's sweet. Yeah, not bad. Where's my bar at? We'll just put a little pressure on that right there when we weld it so that we make sure it's all the way down in there where we want it to be. So we're going to go ahead and TIG weld that with some silicon bronze. So here's our tip right here, torch. So when I go show that welding, we'll come back and we'll get this a little bit further along. But basically we're going to put water on this. We're going to tack it real quick and then put water on it because we got to keep this tank from melting the level on the edges here. So we got our bucket of water right there. Put some water in there. A custom underwear rag, or whatever that is. So anyway, we're good to go. We're going to try this, see how it works. If this doesn't work, we're going to have to wire feed it. That's where we're at. Okay, we're getting heat out of it right now. It doesn't seem like it likes to weld in the first pass. You got to kind of like prime it, and then you come back and put a bead on it. Transferring a lot of heat into it. Wire feed might have been a better way of going, I'm not sure, but we're going to plug along like this for now. It's working, but alright, let me see it. You can see how the lead right here is contaminating into the weld. It looks like it stays on top of the weld. Got a good bead all the way around. I'm melting the steel away, I'm getting it so hot over here. So, anyway, when I get a decent bead in there, it flows in pretty good. But alright, we're going to keep on this. Anyway, you see how you go, it's a little bit at a time. So this is lead right here, and you can see how it melts the lead only this far back, see? That's pretty good. As long as we keep off of this bead through here, we'll be good. So, alright, we're going to keep on it. Cooling it down. A little bit left to go there, but not much. Kind of gets in the way of the torch having this in here, but work our way through. Pretty much make it a couple passes. You get the stick and you go back over it again and put more filler. You can see where the heat line is at. So we're not melting the lead out of that fillet, which is good. That's the key, not melting lead. Alright, we're going to keep on this. We're welding a little bit of water down here, but that's okay. It's only 140 amps over here, so it can't hurt you. Or 115 amps, so we should be fine. Okay, got the tank finally all sealed up here. Been about 4 hours of work here at least. So we put solvent inside the tank and fill it up, and you watch where all the leaks come out. And we had a whole bunch of leaks that were not me doing it. We had a few leaks that were me. So we had a pretty good leak down the seam here, which wasn't my fault. That's where the tank was all buckled. And then over here we had this here leaked around in here, not this other side, because when I got to the last welding through here, it started melting solder out of that, so I cooked it out of it, I guess. So I got that all resoldered back up. I developed a little leak right over here. I filled that, and I just went over the front, make sure that was not leaking here, because that was where it was cracked before I welded it. So I got these all fixed. And then over here, we're making a mess on the floor there. Over here, the gas tank itself had little pinholes in through here. It's really thin. Some pinholes over here. A little seam-like crack over here. Oh, junk on the floor. This here whole thing is rusted out right here. I thought that was lead, but it was actually rust marks. So it was tissue paper. As soon as you touch, you poked a hole right through the tank with a screwdriver. So that was a big leak right there. So we had to get that all fixed. So pretty much had a lot of leaks all over the place. So the best thing for soldering this stuff up is my friend brought me over some flux here, and it's what is that? Everflux. Plumbing supply houses have it, I guess. He's a plumber. Great stuff. Best stuff I've ever used. It takes this nasty old metal and cleans it right up and gets the flux sticking to it. And you get a nice good tin going. You can see it's got a nice soldered area. The whole thing's all tinned really nice. So definitely good stuff. We're using 6040 solder here. Non-California approved. So this happens to be rosin core, but because I don't have any real solder. So I need to find me some 50/50 or something. Get some real solder. Definitely not California approved. Excess lead. So anyway, I got the oil tank sealed. Like I said, all of this stuff here is not leaking. So now I went ahead and just put a cork in the fuel tank part of this tank. And I'm going to go ahead and fill this whole thing up with solvent and then see if it leaks out of this side. And I had to fix this whole seam all along in here. That's what was leaking. And then we had a pinhole back over here, so we had to go back over this. And I had to solder this bracket back on. It fell off. It's a wire clip. So anyway, definitely a lot of soldering. You can see how the solder sticks in there pretty good. So anyway, these tanks are a pain in the ass, but they are what they are. So this thing has a lot of little pinholes all over the place. So you might have to put sealer in this, but for now it's sealing. Have to see how long it lasts. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and check this to see how good the fuel tank side is, and see if there's any hidden leaks on this tank. And then I got the other tank right over here. So I have to give this a quick once over also. Make sure this isn't leaking. It's nice, good, unmodified original tank. See, it's never had a hole cut in it, repaired, never been resoldered or seamed or anything like that. It's just like it's never been touched almost. Yeah, sure, everybody believes that, right? So anyway, I gotta check all that, make sure it doesn't leak. So anyway, that's where we're at for now. Okay, I just got done checking these tanks here. So the gas tank side here and this whole tank here are good, no leaks. So that's a plus. Even though these things look like crap on the back side, they are holding. There's no leaks in any of the stuff, so that's good. So now I gotta do on this one here is make up a bung and stick a bung up in here for draining the oil out of it. I think I'll some up in this area in here. So I'm gonna make up something that kind of looks like this bung back here, and I'll solder it up in the front there. And that way it'll look pretty close to like it belongs there. And then I'm gonna have to make up some kind of a plug to plug up the hole that goes up to the hand pump here. There's a hole down about this area here. It gets oil into that tube, and if you have that in there, then it's going to leak oil out the top up here. So we don't want that to happen. So I got two things more to do on that, and then hopefully that's it for modifying these tanks. But we'll see. We're not done yet. Continue on.